It's saying we're live.
So we
People
think
on Discord might need to refresh. Oh, JJ likes the placeholder music.
he does.
Awesome.
Hey JJ, nice to see you. Well, sorta, kinda. I don't see you yet.
I see him. Well, he's in the chat over on Rumble.
I don't see the chat, but
You should be able to see the chat. It's on.
I don't.
Weird. Usually you can see the chat in here.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I don't know what's going on then.
Okay, I'm going out and coming back in. Bye.
Okay. All right. Well, she's popping back in and out. I am going to send out the "We are live" message to everybody as best I can. Um, Whoops. Damn it. My hand hates me. Ah, la da 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 dee dum, la da dee da dee dee. Sorry, me being silly here. Alright. Minimize this over here. It has been a very busy day.
Hold
Hello, my dear.
1 moment, please. Jekyll needs all of a sudden out of the bedroom. And I'm trapped by all of my computer, my telephone, my drink, which I wish was alcohol right now.
Oh, God, yes, please.
I'm telling you. I was going to say the Labor Day holiday. Hold on, everybody. Going on the floor.
Uh-oh, I hear my son doing his laugh.
I found an entire YouTube channel that's dedicated to 9/11.
Wow.
All the videos are about 9/11.
How old is the channel?
2019
Get.
is when it was created.
Are they just stealing other people's content and dropping it in there?
No.
Oh. So they're doing the same stuff over and over again, basically?
Like, the guy made an entire video debunking every conspiracy theory on 9/11.
Hey, Cannabis. Okay. Well,
Wait.
we will deal with that later. I ain't got time for that right now.
Okay, I got to get situated. Oh,
Hello, Blue Rose.
good evening, everybody. I'm getting readjusted again. I've been all jammed up holding little sick baby JJ for, what was it, 4 hours, 10:30 to almost 2:30,
Yep.
on my lap or in my arms.
What would a Titanic 9/11 film look like?
Go
All
take
right,
it out there.
so
Come
we're
on.
live and we're ready to
We
rock and
are
roll.
live. All of the
All right.
notifications have been sent out to where they're supposed to be.
There you go. I almost said good evening, everybody. It's Thursday, but it's actually Tuesday, September the 16th, 2025, and it is 7:06. If I get through this one, and I'm telling you, I can't talk, I can't walk, I'm all congested. They're all sick, and I think they made me sick. So,
Makes
Crazy
sense.
B, I know that you've had it and have been congested. So, between the two of us, we were unable to talk and communicate, but we know the thing. So, if you hear us say, the thing, that means the thing. So, hopefully, the chat gets the thing. And
Yeah.
your last week and everything that I did over the weekend, uh, we thought we were going to change programming up the way we had it set originally. However, yours truly is just an emotional wreck from one, just being sick and tired, but two, the emotions watching all of these videos and reading all of the content from the United States through across the world.
Yep.
I have felt anger, frustrated, sadness, crying, just
But I'm
you.
also got a lot of hope because
Yes,
of what
there's
I've been
hope.
seeing.
Yes, the the in that piece we will bring to
I
you
have a
later
question for the
this
mother.
week, with everything from around the world as well as in the United States and individuals and what the plans are for the future. So, with that being said, initially I would say there was despair in there, and there's still a lot of negativity out there that, you got to kind of
But
try.
also to see street justice. Well, I won't even call it
Mhm.
street justice. I'm talking these
Oh,
assholes
yeah.
who are losing their jobs left, right, and center.
Yes.
They thought they could cancel us. They thought their cancel culture movement was so great.
Right.
Ha ha ha. Oh my God. I watched a video with at least 10
Mm,
different people of high ranking in communities who got the boot
mm-hmm.
for rejoicing in someone's death. And I will hold to this. If I saw you rejoicing about someone on the left dying, I was gonna I'd be kicking
I know.
your tail to the ban list
Well,
as fast as I do the people who cheered for Charlie Kirk's death.
right.
I'm sorry, I do not support that, period, and I don't care.
Right.
I'm not going to care. And so when I sit there, and again, I think back when that politician in Minnesota, or was it
Yeah.
what? Yeah,
The
Minnesota was killed.
Minnesota, yeah,
I
the
didn't
state,
see
yeah,
anyone
it
on
was
the right cheering about
no,
it.
not one person did I see. And again, we've continued to challenge everybody that has been listening to us, and we've had quite a number of views, and yet we've got no information to the contrary of showing
I
some.
would love to
Yeah.
even the playing field here.
Uh huh. So the one thing,
Symbolism will be their downfall. Absolutely.
right, and I think I mentioned on Friday that for those people that perhaps don't understand how somebody could get fired by losing their job when they do have the freedom of speech, many organizations have in your employee handbook the
Rules.
behavior that is expected of you outside of the organization. So the way you act outside represents the organization inside. And so
Mhm.
I can hold you responsible for your actions if they're negative, and I will terminate you. I've done that many times in the past.
Yes, and a lot of people don't realize that that is something that has existed. When you sign those papers to become an employee,
Right,
there is a list, and if you do not read it thoroughly, that is on you, not your employers.
right. And it's also, make sure you look at your employee handbook because, as I said, a lot of it will be in there, and many people, I don't know how many people review their handbook or how it's given to you, if it's just a here,
I
read
worked
it.
at a place,
Yeah.
it was a 3 ring binder in the boss's office that you could ask to see.
Yeah.
That was it. There was no one that you could take home. It
No.
was a 3 ring binder in the boss's office. It's
Oh,
like, is that even legal?
mine was a detailed, there'd be employee meetings and the executive director, directors, employees, everybody would be there. The whole binder would be read. Then the following years, subsequent years, any changes, everybody would still have, 175 people would have to come together to do a review.
Oh,
Uh,
this was just a small little practice type
yeah,
place, medical practice, and it was one 3-ring binder in the
yeah,
boss's office. It's
yeah,
like, aren't we supposed to have a copy of that?
yeah, and that's right. And medical manufacturing, there was 350 people, same thing. Each employee got their own handbook. I mean, it detailed things like your retirement, how many sick days you had, disciplinary action, performance evaluations. Now, it's not required by law unless you meet certain criteria, if you have government contracts. So each company can be different. They can get away, private organizations tend to get away with more things than a, governmental or one of these NGO kind of things.
Yep.
Uh, and so that's a little bit different. But I guess my crux is, you know, if you're bringing up your children in a manner of respect for no matter who the person is, then when they get to adulthood, hopefully you don't see this. Or if I were to see it out of my adult child, hmm, yeah, let's just say, uh huh,
He's gonna regret that mistake.
uh huh, yep, to this
Oh
day.
my god, art because there was a morale clause in his teaching contract, he goes, "So I had to give up my Chippendales job before signing the
Mm.
contract."
As long as you wore a mask, they couldn't tell, so you'd be okay there, Art. As long
Oh
as there
god.
were no identifiable body parts, we'd be okay.
Oh god. Is Chippendales even still around?
Wait, are you referring to the cartoon?
No, 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 not the cartoon. No, not the cartoon.
Then what are you
Oh
referring to?
my god. I
It's the
can't.
equivalent of a male
I
strip
can't.
club for
I
women.
can't.
Oh,
I.
oh
You know
no.
what? I never even thought about going there.
No, what's worse is Disney had a cartoon called
I
Chippendales.
know that.
I
That's
was
why
gonna
I'm
say, yeah, they
laughing.
made the movie a
Oh,
few
you
years
know
ago.
what? You're way behind the eight ball, girl.
No, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what he's talking about.
And I know
How
what
come
But
he's
we don't know what
talking
each other are
about.
no, I'm
talking
talking about what Art's talking about. That's
I
why I
know.
was. But
And
my
I know about
son
the
chimed in,
cartoon
not
too.
knowing. Yeah, but my son didn't know what it was. He's never heard of Chippendales.
about? How come I don't
Never
remember
mind.
either?
This is a complete Who's on First Base episode. Or second
Well,
base.
because I
I
missed
don't
what you
know.
were saying because I was busy laughing at
Never mind.
laughing at trying to explain it to my son. I missed what you originally said. I think because I'm too busy trying to explain to my son as politely as possible.
Oh my gosh. Tell him to Google it. No, don't tell him to Google it.
No,
No.
not with everything else that's on our web browser, our entire house.
Right.
No, let's not mess with that. Let's not. Okay.
Fudge.
Oh my god, my face hurts. My face
Didn't you
hurts.
say that
Oh,
Friday and I said it was killing me? And you didn't find that funny?
yeah.
Yeah, you didn't find it funny on Friday. Is it any funnier
I think
today?
I chuckled at it.
Is it any funnier today?
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
say we're
just a little.
I'm all over the place today. Hopefully his search
Chippendale.
engine is on low.
Oh my gosh, Chippendales. That's so funny.
Female version of Hooters. Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Oh. Oh my
Oh,
face. I
so,
need
uh,
sleep.
so I don't know about you, Crazy Bee, but that's where at least we see hope on the horizon. And but
Yes.
it took me. I told I told Crazy Bee I'm giving myself between having the baby the last 2 days and everything that transpired. It was a really bad weekend here at the house and at the carriage house. I'm giving myself till tomorrow to recuperate and hopefully get out of the funk I'm in. And if not,
Arby is chiming in. He goes, "You went live and didn't send my personal invitation by notarized mail.
we did. It's on its way.
It got delayed by
Uh,
the feds.
right. The feds have it. Yeah.
How dare you?" Sorry. Oh God. Oh. And to think it's only Tuesday. And we've got how many more days? 5?
No.
Or
Something like that. Oh Lordy.
so
Hooters for dude, bananas for the ladies. Can't read that.
no,
Any
don't,
I can't. Oh
no.
Lord, I'm gonna be in an asthma attack today. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Albuterol in my system.
We got cannabis, art, RB, Blue Rose. Who am I missing?
JJ.
We hit JJ up earlier. Who else is in the chat?
I think that's it for right now.
Okay. Well, it's a Tuesday. We all. I feel like I'm sick and dying. No, not dying, but
Miserably sick.
I'm
Yep.
miserable. I went to bed at 5:30 yesterday. Woke up at 12:30 when the dog wanted out, and have been up since 12:30.
Sorry, Arby had a typo and it just made it even funnier. Art is planning a class trip to Choppendales instead of Chippendales.
Well, Arby could be a Choppendales. He could be.
We could start our own new
Uh huh.
business.
There you go.
Um, don't know how we would theme it without, you know.
Well,
Oh God. But yeah,
what do you
this
mean? You want
past
to?
week in general has been really tough.
Uh huh.
This
Yeah.
past week has been an emotional roller coaster of everything
JJ.
and anything.
Yes, I like JJ's comment. We're all now the wrecked family. You got that
Mhm.
right. Yeah, we are all a wreck. It has been just I mean, and then I tried to decompress by just watching things that I like, and there'd be like a song review on or something, and I just bust out crying for no reason. So
Mhm.
I can't guarantee what you're gonna get now. Here's the funny thing. So we decided today that uh
I wasn't going to read it, but I
no,
wanted it put up there.
and that all depends on if you do or you don't. Some do, some don't. It all depends. Never
Mhm.
mind. I'm just shutting up while I'm ahead. That
Yes,
didn't come out.
I wasn't going to read it. I just wanted to share it because it goes with the previous conversation.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Anyways, yes, this
So,
I
so
know people who are still struggling
yeah,
and trying to understand and get through this. And I mean, people who've been following Charlie Kirk for, well, since he started,
right,
basically.
right. That is.
And they are very fond of his work.
Mm-hmm.
The chat, oh my God, I got to quit looking at the chat sometimes.
Uh-huh.
It's very distracting.
Yes, it is very much so. Uh,
I love them, though. They're great guys.
so what we decided to do today was not change up the lineup. We kicked it around, but it would require a huge effort uh on my part and on Crazy B's part. She has most of it
Hmm.
edited, but to reorganize everything into the fashion we talked about would have taken a huge effort. And I just can't, I don't have enough time in the day with having the baby. You would have thought that he was my child, to be honest with you. I have absolutely zilch, zero, nada, nothing. Could I say it any more emphatically? No time to myself at all during the day uh, to get anything accomplished. So
Hmm.
we decided that we were just going to go with what we had planned on. Now, here's the funny thing. and neither one of us knows what's going to be put up on the screen today. So,
I have a general idea because I have everything
oh, because
pre-established.
you snuck a peek then, is what you're
Well, I
saying.
had to set it up in advance, so it's not gonna take time to load and everything. I have them all lined up in their own tab up there. So,
Oh,
I
see.
literally just hit paste and
Oh,
go. I
oh,
hit paste and go and then paused whatever YouTube videos were up there, but yeah, like I said,
that's
other
good.
than the first 2 things, it's more or less hit or miss on it, but I know it's mostly positive perspective, I believe, this
Yeah,
time.
we're not,
This is more of a positive perspective.
but I'm not guaranteed. She might be able to say that. I have no clue. We have 18 things to cover. Uh, and I didn't want to, I don't know, lose it. I didn't want to lose the work that we put in there, and I also didn't want to lose the information that you may or may not have heard. So I thought that it's the telling of the whole tale, and hopefully we can. Well, we're not going to be done by Friday because Sunday is going to be the funeral, which is obviously going to entail a whole lot more. Like, oh, was Trump crying? Did you see what
Do we
Melania wrote?
wanna do a special stream that day?
Uh, you should have asked me that. Like, just put me on the spot. I don't know.
Well, we can discuss it later, we have a few days,
Okay.
but it's just something we could possibly do.
Yeah. What time is it? Do you know?
Don't know what time yet, but we can kick it around. It doesn't have to be covered right now. We can discuss this in the details of it, but if it's
If
something
we were,
worth
yeah,
potentially doing.
is the chat gonna watch it? Raise your
That's
hand.
the question.
Yeah, in the chat, raise your hand. Give us a hand, thumbs up. Raise your
One
hand.
if you're gonna watch, nothing if you're not.
No, no. They have to
2 if
raise their
we're
hand. I
something that
wanted
is
them to
Oh,
entirely.
raise their hand or give us a thumbs
okay,
up.
figure out how to do a raised hand emoji in your,
See, there's a thing in there to do a raised hand.
"Oh, stay away, don't want present delivered by F-30." Oh, that's replying to Art.
Oh,
Okay, never mind.
okay,
They're talking about the waters of Venezuela. It might take a few moments for them to get what we had asked,
okay.
because of the delay in the,
Gotcha,
streaming.
gotcha.
So oh,
All
tell me
right.
the YouTube video is the right
It's
one.
not.
I bet you it's not.
Saying it's not.
Oh, fuck a duck. I think I forgot to change the title on YouTube. Excuse me for a moment while I realize I'm a dumbass.
One moment, please, while Crazy Bee corrects her dumbassery,
It's
if that's such
not.
a word.
It is,
Oh,
very much so.
So you have
oh,
to fix it?
Yeah, it'd only take a minute.
Ha, I
I'm
called it.
just a dumbass. But we know this. So be patient with me, folks.
Arby, Arby, that is not a raised hand and that is not a thumbs up. Arby,
I take it was a middle finger
Arby.
or something far less appropriate, knowing Arby.
Hmm. We're gonna have a talk with him in the DMs. Oh, oh, now he's playing. He can't hear. Okay. All right.
Oh,
Uh,
there is a chance he can't hear us, depending. He might have muted it. Oh, my lord.
so
Okay, I think I got it
yeah.
fixed.
So Art, that should have been the sideways finger in your emojis. There's one that goes sideways, either left or right. And you do know that you can change the skin tone on your
Well, on certain devices.
on
On
certain,
others, you can't.
like which device can't you do that on?
Android. You can't change the skin tone
But you
sometimes.
can on Apple.
Yeah, but at least it works with all the apps that I want. And my calls actually work, and it takes my documents and reads them and lets me click the links.
Yeah, yeah, it doesn't on mine, does it? Fudge balls.
I will take losing the skin tone for the little thumbs ups and stuff just so I have a device that actually works.
Boy, we're getting comments instead of our chat does not know how to follow directions.
It depends on what else is going on. If I've got
Uh huh.
time, maybe.
Uh huh.
It's going to be early. I'm going to be asleep. You can on Android. It's
Arby.
just like being
Arby
yellow.
says, "Wait, I can't."
Oh, I was confused what you meant by skin tone.
The hand things on Android.
Hmm.
Is I thought it was just the dark or the yellow. There was no in between
Yeah, there's
ones.
also white.
Oh, there is white? Oops, wrong finger emoji. Oh my god.
That's the one that
Okay.
Arby used. Gee.
Blue Rose says that it's um the doors are opening at 8 a.m. The program begins at 11 a.m., which is 2 p.m. Eastern. So you
2 p.m.
that's in the
Eastern.
evening.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 p.m. Eastern appears. Is that what I think it is, Arby? I don't know if I want to know. Oh, it's a tiki. Oh, it's one of those heads from the Easter Island thingies. Yeah, that doesn't count either. So JJ's a possibility. I mean, even if we just cover it, I mean, the
Yeah, we
main
can do
program,
that.
not
Yeah.
the doors open and everyone walking through
Right,
stuff.
just starting at the 2 p.m. Yeah, I'm not doing kind of detailed who's wearing what. We can start maybe at 1:45 perhaps and
Yeah.
cover it till then and go from
And
there.
now Arby has given us the hand with the eye in the middle. Do you want to wring his neck? I think you're closer to him than I am, geographically speaking.
I think you might have a visitor when he I'll come in wearing some kind of never mind. Never mind.
Hey, 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 guys. Come on, we're still live. I don't need y'all screaming and cussing at each other in the kitchen, and it picks up in here. Her brother walks in the kitchen. First thing she says is, "Get the f out! Go, go, go!" JJ, Arby, is that a what in the hell?
Yeah,
A
there
bunch
you
of
go.
gravestones in a coffin.
Yeah, see, they're the hand signals you wanted to use, like JJ did, meaning like you're in between.
Cuckoo, somewhere in the middle,
Well, I
losing your
didn't.
mind.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, are we ready to get started, do you think? Are you done?
Physically or mentally?
I'm neither. I'm neither.
Same here. All right, here's what we got.
So,
Let me zoom this sucker in because
yeah,
it
this
looks
is
so damn small.
this is a as you know, we have the series Corrupt Politicians that we have not touched upon in quite some time, but this was one that I'm sure you guys may have heard of, but if you didn't, it just has gotten worse. Previously, what was that, a couple weeks ago? She has gone from a rags to riches story. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, if I wasn't fingerprinted by the FBI, I would go fly to Mexico and swim across the river. And, yeah, well, just shut up. With that being said, here is the domestic terrorist currently serving in the United States Congress. Ilhan Omar says the shithole country she fled from as a refugee is better than the United States, the very country that gave her asylum. The only problem that is this: the bitch has committed immigration fraud. How the hell was the bitch still in America, let alone in the United States Congress? And this back down, crazy beer, up. This is a post from a person by the name of Real Robert in X. Despite my agreeing with his sentiment, these are his words, not mine. I might have put a little
A
stronger
little
language on it than
emphasis.
he did.
Yeah, you emphasized it for him.
Go ahead, Crazy B.
Let's listen to what this
Can you
dingbat's
play
got to
this?
say. Yes, I can.
Masked,
And I cannot hear it.
armed men who are in plain clothes that are snatching.
You said you couldn't hear it? D? Oh, bugger, she can't
Do I
hear us.
have to go out and come back?
Yes, you do.
Yes. I
I
think I just might
agree.
go out and not come back. I'll let the chat
Don't do
handle it
that.
for tonight.
No, don't do that. I need you. I know you can't hear me, but come back, pretty please. Um, yes, she is most definitely an idiot, and I agree she's probably a foreign agent from Somalia because they radicalized her at a young age. Oh my God, Arby, behave. Of all times for us to have these kinds of problems. Spaghettios. I just don't like her because of her voice. She does have an annoying voice. I agree. All right. Let's see if you can hear now.
Go ahead.
Can
Masked,
you hear it?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
armed men who are in plain clothes that are snatching people off the streets, unwilling to identify themselves. You have the military being deployed in our streets. My God, this is America. You have states' rights being disregarded. So, a constitutional crisis that's being created in front of our eyes. And the same week where we have a president who has deployed the military who are trained to kill our enemies, not Americans, but our enemies, are in our streets. It's the same week that we are going to have a military parade. Can you imagine that image that is going to be coming out of our country? I mean, I grew up in a dictatorship. And I don't even remember ever.
She did not grow up. She came here as a child
Right,
and spent her teenage years and adult years in America. She did not grow up there. She probably barely remembers any of her time there. Because I think she came here, what, by the age of 10?
right. She may have
She,
recalled some things, but
that's
not
not
enough
growing
that,
up in.
right. Not enough to be aware of.
Yeah. She was
Was it?
brought here by
Right.
her parents. She didn't come here of her own accord. She came here because her parents dragged her here
Mm-hmm. Wish they
because
dragged her
they
back.
didn't like the country they came from.
Right.
Hmm. I say they can have her back if she really wants to support them that bad.
I think she needs to be. Something needs to be done. This is
Deport, deport, deport.
deport.
I mean,
right.
her parents committed fraud on the application. Then
She's
she
married to
committed
her brother.
helped commit fraud so her brother could come here.
Then
Yep,
she's
that's what
mortgage
it
fraud, right? Something with her
Yep,
mortgage.
yep.
Then with her something with the business, her
There has
husband's
been
business.
paperwork that's
Right.
been brought into question, yes. Yep. I am at the point where at this point she needs to go bye-bye. But she is
Right.
a but she again, I would say under normal circumstances if she hadn't committed the fraud, well if her parents hadn't committed the fraud. That's where also the problem comes in. Is her parents committed fraud to get her American citizenship. That's technically not on her. And so that's the frustrating part is it was her parents who did it. Should she be punished for the fraud her parents committed while she
So
was a minor?
she's one of those DACA kids then, is that what you're saying?
Possibly, because again, if my parents robbed a bank while I was a child, do I get to go to jail when I become an adult because of
The
it?
sins of the father, the sins of the son.
That's the question that has always been debated.
Well,
I
the
don't
good,
like her.
the good news is she committed her own problems, so hence she
She
should
could
go.
still go to jail for getting her brother here illegally and the
Right.
mortgage fraud and all that.
Right.
I still say throw her ass in jail for that. At
Exactly.
least the immigration fraud for her brother.
Well,
She
yeah.
may not be able to be deported
I
because,
don't.
again, her parents did that.
I don't believe in the United States you're
Oh,
allowed
the
to
chip
marry
on the
your
left.
sibling.
You are not. And the fact that it was lied about on the paperwork to get him here is
Hmm.
where I believe she should go to jail.
Hmm.
I absolutely stand on
So
that one.
not only was it an illegal marriage, but also to get him here into the country illegally.
Immigration fraud.
Right.
And because she's already an American citizen by the fraud of her parents, she should go to jail
Exactly.
for at least helping her brother that way. You know,
And
I'd say
not even
for that
helping
one.
her brother, she did this to herself. I mean, has nothing to do with helping somebody else.
Well,
She did.
she falsified the paperwork to get him his
I
green
know
card.
that. Right, I understand that. But she's the one that did the falsification, hence she should suffer both of them should have a go to
Yeah.
jail. Both of them.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, they can deport him for it. Her brother can be deported because he did not come here as a child and got naturalized citizenship the way she
Mhm.
did.
Right.
And he did commit fraud on his direct application.
Well,
They can deport him.
I don't know why we also can't get her for the statements that she made, saying that she supports Somalia over the United States.
That should be enough to get her kicked out of
That-
office.
Exactly.
May not put
So
her in
she
jail,
doesn't.
but it will definitely kick her out of
Right.
office.
Because she's not upholding the Constitution.
Hmm.
So she should have to go.
Arby, I actually don't know why that's called a green card. That
Because
is a
the
very
card
good
was
question.
green.
Is it green?
The card was
Oh,
green.
it used to be green?
I think
Oh,
it was. Yep.
okay. I
Well,
don't know if it
back in
still
the
is.
day, yeah, I want to say way back in the day, the cards were green. Uh, I'm making that up, by the way. I just know at the city we had our key punch cards were. It depended on what program it was, right? They were green, meant perhaps a 911 call. Actually, severity ranked different cards, different colors. So I could see it being called a green card because they were legit green. We'll look that up while we're talking about nothing.
Oh, no, Blue Rose says D is right. They got introduced in 1950.
Yeah, that's about
Hey,
right.
thank you, Blue Rose.
Thanks, Blue.
Very good to know. Do we want to listen to more of her bullshit or do we
Oh
want to go
yeah.
on
Oh
to
no, let's know because I people need to hear her so that they can talk about her intelligently, even though I'm not suggesting otherwise. You just have more information at your fingertips of what she has to say, which I think is
Okay.
extremely vile.
All right, here we go. Blood pressure to boil in three, two, one.
Ever witnessing anything like that. To have a democracy, a beacon of hope for the world to now be turned into one of the one of the worst countries where the military are in our streets without any regard for people's constitutional rights, while our president is spending millions
Hold
of
on.
dollars.
I got to um cannabis. There is no such thing as a wailing wall with an H for like whales wailing. Now, if you take out the H and you put in an I for the wailing, like the crying at the wailing wall, that's different. But there is no actual whaling, like whale hunting wall. Sorry. I know it's a typo, but it was funny. I had to. I had to. All right.
Well,
Let's
he
hit
just
play.
might. Never mind.
What?
Nothing, nothing, nothing. Go ahead.
It was
I'm
just a typo on the word whaling. And I think it was autocorrect put in whaling, like going to kill the whales,
right.
instead of the crying whaling wall.
Hey, you don't know if the whales don't meet at a wall under the ocean in Atlantis or some shit. You don't know that. You know, they go, hey,
How are our politicians going to visit it if we don't know about it?
you know what I mean? You know, the whales might go whale at the wall under the ocean. You don't know. And you don't know that hey, maybe they met at Epstein's Island or something. You don't know. You don't
Okay.
know.
Well,
You know, they refused to release all the documents, so now we'll never know.
yeah. Uh,
I can't breathe. You know that? My head,
yeah.
I'm
I don't know what it
watering.
is, but
I'd be a good commercial for one of those
Kleenex
Kleenex
or
or
some cough medicine.
Alka Seltzer, which I fizz fit plop plop fizz fizz, which I never could do, but I'd be a great candidate for that commercial right now. You know that when you want to sneeze, but you can't sneeze?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cannabis is asking. I know which one you mean. I just had to be silly, and I don't know. I know Obama, I believe, may have gone there. Um,
What, the Epstein's?
no, the Wailing Wall,
Where's that?
Israel.
Wasn't Trump
I
there?
don't know.
I think
Yeah,
Trump
he's
was
asking the
there.
Democrats in particular, though.
Uh,
Um, I think Bill Clinton may have gone back in the day. I think it's kind of a habit of all the presidents to go.
yeah.
Um, n- no matter what, when they go do their first trip to Israel as president, they usually go. As for the rest of Congress, I have no clue. Yeah, it's usually all Republicans. Yep. Okay, let's get through this last one. I can Google it and see how many have been there, and we'll come back to that maybe tomorrow if I can find it in time.
Hey, Mom.
What?
So apparently, a 130-year-old butter bacteria was discovered in a Danish basement.
Lovely. Okay.
Prompting himself up like a failed dictator with a military parade. It is really shocking, and it should be a wake-up call for all Americans to say this is not the country we were born in. This is not the country we believe in. This is not the country our founding fathers imagined. And this is not the
Actually, it
country
very
Hold on
much
that is
one
is.
supported
second.
by our
I
Constitution,
just
our
want to
ideals.
know
Mom.
one thing. How does she have any idea what the founding fathers even thought?
I don't think she's
Like,
ever read the Constitution.
exactly, because if she did, everything that she has done would be a whole lot different. So she knows. I I can't believe. I think seeing her here in this light is probably one of the worst interviews I've seen her give. She is trying way too hard, and so by trying so hard, she's struggling for her words with if you listen to
She's
her,
desperately. That's
yeah,
why she doesn't have a
stuttering.
thought out
Correct.
because she's struggling to prove her point, which is
Yes,
she has no fucking point.
correct.
And yes, our founding fathers wanted a massive military.
Mm,
They wanted us free. They wanted every state to have a militia, more than one. We were not meant to be in the circumstance we are in.
right.
which is
And so she's trying way too hard to convince us,
Yeah.
and I think that she realizes that they've kind of lost the fight here, and but they're still going to go out and parade and try to, uh,
Mhm.
make every effort possible to.
Oh, could you imagine the look on her face as every state started to go with the well-armed militia we're entitled
Oh
to?
my gosh, I can't even imagine.
Uh-huh. Different regions of the states are entitled to militias.
Right,
Every state is entitled to at least one militia.
and the other thing that I find interesting is for her to make a comment like this so soon after the event with Charlie Kirk. Uh, the timing couldn't be worse.
Uh-huh.
Why would you go and make these comments when the country is in mourning, uh, whether you liked them or you didn't like them, but you're going to go out there now and try to say, you know, we've already heard everything about having the uh, military in the crime-ridden cities. We've already heard your dictator stories previously. Why are you back out here again? Because you think that you're going to change the narrative to what has occurred? And I don't think she's moved the needle at all. I don't even think she's turned the knob on.
I think honestly, she's just insane. I cannot tolerate the way she speaks about founding fathers.
Right.
She has no fucking clue. Like I said, why don't our states enact what they're supposed to? I think a good chunk of the states do have a militia, but they don't make their presence known. And the day they do, they're going to be shitting bricks the day each militia makes it known. I honestly, and the day they have to step up is when shit has actually gone wrong.
Hold on one second in the chat. Cannabis, as I said, I have tried to do a shutdown, but you're saying that she mocked uh the
Charlie Kirk's.
yeah, do you have a link to that by any chance, Cannabis? That you could drop that in our in my DM and we'll get it put up.
I don't think cannabis is on Discord. Go ahead and drop it in
Yeah.
the chat, and I'll grab it from there
Oh,
and send it to D.
okay. Or you take a crazy bee. That's okay as long as we could get it put up. I
Okay.
thought yeah, I'll we could just go with it. Cannabis, yeah, if you have a link to that, drop it in the chat and we'll play it. I want to see this. And
Some people.
what's this big deal removed from committee assignments? Big whoop-de-doo. Get them out of Congress. You know what I mean? Somebody act like HR and take some damn action against these people.
I don't know if Congress can kick them out, but the state would have to recall them.
Well,
And getting the state to do that is a lot harder.
especially her state.
Yes.
Yeah.
The article is The article. The
The
article is
article?
on the Gateway Pundit. Okay, I will look for it when we're done or when we have a longer video going. I will see if I can find it. Um, yeah. Wow. Um, there's a few seconds left.
Go ahead.
Um,
Ideals, our values, and we should all collectively be out in the streets rejecting what is taking place this week.
I think everybody agrees with what's happening and what's taking place, and she can take a flying leap. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gotten elected if we didn't want him.
Right.
I mean, unless there was some massive cheating, but then it's just balancing out what the Democrats do anyways. Like I
But
always
still not
say,
okay.
elections are literally a competition for cheaters. That's just the way I've seen elections for well, since I was old enough to know what an election is. So, I don't know. May the best cheater win every 4 years. I don't I'm done with these idiots. I'm so fed up with our politicians. I want every single one of them fired and I want new ones put in. I just oh, he's got it. He's got the link. Okay, I will
Just
get
got
that
ready.
set up while this next video is playing.
Yeah, I just got ready
Um
to pull it. Thank you, cannabis.
so um next up we have the official charges brought against the jackass who decided to kill Charlie Kirk. Um
Okay.
let me hit play so I can get this next thing ready.
Kirk.
Just holler pause if you need
I
it.
am committed to these aims. I take this responsibility seriously. Today, after reviewing the evidence that law enforcement has collected thus far, I am filing a criminal information charging Tyler James Robinson, age 22, with the following crimes. Count 1, aggravated murder, a capital offense for intentionally or knowingly causing the death of Charlie Kirk under circumstances that created a great risk of death to others. Count 2, felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily injury, a first-degree felony. The state is further alleging aggravating factors on counts 1 and 2 because the defendant is believed to have targeted Charlie Kirk based on Charlie Kirk's political expression and did so knowing that children were present and would witness the homicide.
Wait. So he knew the kids were going to be there and
Right.
took that into consideration on plotting this.
Correct.
Wow.
Which makes
That's a whole new level of horrific.
to be that young, to be 22 years old.
And to plot it out that way.
Right. And I'm telling you what. Never mind. I ain't getting into the whole.
Yeah, I don't want to say more than
No, I just have an issue with, as a mother, not knowing that my son is such a fuck up. That's all. You know what I mean? Like, not knowing that there's something wrong with him that just blows my mind.
or knowing it got that bad.
Yes. It's one thing to have, I mean, you all know that I'm not listen to me talking Southern, y'all. Y'all know that, it's been quite some time since my youngest has spoken to me because of Donald Trump. And because he considers me to be a far right wing extremist. And I told you all that he is gay, he's married. I was at his wedding. I mean, uh I don't have a problem with him being gay, none of that. I mean, that's a non-issue, but the political aspect, I believe that once he moved up to New York and ended up I would say, well, I'd say from college on up is when he started becoming, you know, uh, with the politics from the teachers and the people that he loafed with. So,
Mhm.
but this is all stuff that I know. I mean, in discussions, in arguments, in trying to work out a relationship, to ultimately both deciding, you know what, walk away. It's just best to
Yep.
walk away. Uh, and I was not going to have the type of relationship that was going to be how's the weather. You know what I mean? I wasn't going to do that. Um, but I at least had all these hard conversations. As difficult as they were, they still happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All the way through, the past year. It was bad enough with Trump's first go around. He wasn't quite sure about the political scene. And then, his husband and his family uh, are extremely liberal progressives, and they have done things that they're lucky that I wasn't around, or there would have been violence that would have occurred, uh, that had escalated, in my opinion, and arguments ensued. And but it's stuff that I knew about. You know what I mean? How do you not know that your kid has gotten to this point?
Well, are you on again? If this kid's social media, which they're talking, a lot of this happened on Steam and Discord.
Right,
The parents aren't on there following his every conversation, and even then, there's DMs that you're
right,
not in.
right.
You don't always get to see what your kids are doing. They can put on a show until that mask falls off, like what happened. And I can only pray that my kids are never like this,
I,
but what
I,
can you do to stop it
I
in
don't know. I
advance?
still think it's that there are indicators that are there if you're, I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, my dad has even said things that have made me question whether I should contact the FBI or not, but never actually acted on anything.
Right. But I mean, in all seriousness, if you really ever felt that strong, you would probably do things. But see, I'm the mother that, at age 12, I made EJ go to the police station when the group of his friends stole the 25-cent item.
Yeah,
I'm the one that when EJ got drunk at a party and
you
almost
call.
hit his father and then almost went after my dad, I called the police and I had his ass put in jail overnight. So I'm that kind of parent. All I have to do is, and I'm not saying I know all because there's stories that I don't know, but you can't look at me and the mother lie detector thing is on. Jacob can't bypass it. It
Yeah.
just is. If you're clued in at all with your kids, you're going to know something's amiss somewhere. There's going to be some indicator. How do you get to this level? To know, to plan it out, to go, yeah, we're going to do this the day that in front of his children and his wife and all these people.
That goes to show an extreme level of hatred that's just beyond.
Yes, that. And they taught, and what did we hear in the beginning, and I'm sure we're going to hear more details as this comes out. He came from a very conservative, high valued family. Well, I'm
And it was college, that 1 year that he was in college that really
I thought it
undoes
was,
it.
was it a year or was it a
Mine
semester?
is
I
college
thought it was a
college.
No, it was 1
semester.
year. I thought it was 1 year.
Oh, I thought it was a
Ooh.
semester. We'll have to double
We'll
check.
have to double check those
Yeah,
facts,
but
but go ahead.
I was just going to say, I don't know. How do you and how do you find them in the Discord? You know what I mean? Like, Where's the advertisement for whack jobs in the Discord?
It doesn't have one. That's part of the problem. I mean, back in the 90s, we had how many cult groups? Now we have internet where the cult forms on the internet and it's more widespread and it's not centralized meeting up in one place where we can keep a better eye on them.
Right. But I
I
mean,
mean, there's a huge difference. Back in the 90s, to plot something out, you had to have phone calls and letters.
right? Yes. Yes.
Now, all they need is a computer. I mean, there were chat rooms, but like I go back to the Oklahoma City situation because I literally lived down the road from like what was it, like 2 miles from the Nichols farm where
Okay.
where the one Nichols brother who was involved in it, and they got the explosive the materials for the explosives. I will refer to this. There is no way we had any clue they were going to be involved in it. We knew they were radical. We knew they were a pain in the asses, but we would have never have thought to call the FBI on them.
Right.
I will tell you that. And this is again living with people. My dad going to town hall meetings with these people. My dad couldn't stand these idiots. My dad was radical, but these people were worse. And still, no one in the neighborhood thought to call the FBI on them because there was no signs. People in our area didn't have computers.
Except for maybe them.
No, I don't believe they had a computer. It's just it was what it was at that time. Computers were expensive, farmers couldn't afford them. Most farmers could not afford to have a computer and internet in their homes. So, I doubt they were in some kind of AOL chat room talking about this stuff.
Right.
So now it is so much easier to get away undetected. I mean, unless someone actually reports you, even with all this American surveillance that they're stalking us with, they still manage to miss this?
Yeah.
Or was there warning signs? Was there alerts from other people? And the FBI just sat on it like they did so many others.
And the Epstein
Right.
file.
Hey, Crazy V, I have to step out for a minute. I'll be back, okay? I'll be right.
Okay, do you want me to just hit play on
Yeah.
this while they go
Yeah.
through the charges?
Yeah. Go ahead, okay? I'll be right back.
Okay,
Bye.
all right. I'm going to stop ranting about the FBI not doing their job right. And, uh, well, the internet allows the two oddballs in New York City to find the three oddballs in LA, etc., etc. Pretty soon, you have 150 in a chat room somewhere. Exactly. Bingo.
It spreads like a plague.
It's like a virus. Why don't you come closer and you help fill in while Dee's not here?
No, it's funny.
But I'd like you to come closer so they can hear you better.
It's funnier this way.
Well, no, because they can't really hear you.
That's the point.
Get your ass over here and chit chat.
No.
Oh, fine. Let's hit play.
The state is also charging defendant with count 3, obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony for moving and concealing the rifle used in the shooting. Count 4, obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony for disposing the clothing he wore during the shooting. Count 5, witness tampering, a third-degree felony for directing his roommate to delete his incriminating texts. Count 6, witness tampering, a third-degree felony for directing his roommate to stay silent if police questioned him. And count 7, commission of a violent offense in the presence of a child, a Class A misdemeanor, for committing homicide knowing that children were present and may have seen or heard the murder and did so based on Charlie Kirk's political expression. Also, following the press conference, I am filing a notice of intent to seek the death penalty.
Thank you, God.
I do not take this decision lightly, and it is a decision I have made independently as county attorney, based solely on the available evidence and circumstances and nature of the crime. Because we are seeking the death penalty, the defendant will continue to be held without bail in the Utah County Jail. Turning to the 10-page information, these are the allegations. On September 10th, 2025, at approximately 12:23 p.m., Charlie Kirk was shot and killed while speaking to a large crowd on the campus of Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah. Police found the suspected murder weapon, a bolt-action 30-06 rifle, nearby. Over the next approximately 33 hours, police conducted a manhunt for the shooter until the evening of September 11th, 2025, when Tyler James Robinson surrendered to police at the Washington County Sheriff's Office. DNA consistent with Robinson was found on the rifle's trigger. After shooting Mr. Kirk, Robinson hid the gun, discarded the clothing he wore when he fired the rifle, and told his roommate to delete incriminating text.
They're going through the charges. He's getting hit with tampering with a witness on multiple counts,
Right, I'm aware.
committing an act of violence in front of a child, which is a
Right.
misdemeanor account. And Arby brought up a good point. While he was inscribing those bullets, wonder what Love knew beforehand, his
Uh-huh.
boyfriend, roommate thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to continue?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right.
Text messages and not talk to police. Children were present at the time of the shooting. The shooting. Turning Point USA, a nonprofit organization founded in 2012 by Charlie Kirk, organized a public outdoor event to be held at noon on September 10th, 2025 at UVU. The event was the first in a series of similar events to be held at college campuses nationwide. Mr. Kirk is a well-known conservative activist famous for these type of events where he discusses various political issues and debates with audience members. His events and comments have garnered a significant number of supporters and drawn the ire of many who disagree with his political views. The event at UVU was announced far in advance and garnered significant publicity and interest. Consequently, several hundred people attended. Mr. Kirk was interacting with the crowd before the event officially got underway. Then at approximately noon, Mr. Kirk seated himself under a portable canopy behind a table and microphone. He began speaking to the crowd and fielding questions from attendees, a format Mr. Kirk commonly used at his events. Mr. Kirk allowed his questioners to approach a microphone positioned directly in front of him. Mr. Kirk's team members were very close to him on his right and left, as well as some behind his canopy and others at various close locations near him. The large crowd surrounded Mr. Kirk on three sides. Temporary metal fencing separated attendees from Mr. Kirk by only a matter of feet. Directly above and behind Mr. Kirk was the UVU Hall of Flags, an indoor walkway spanning several hundred feet with floor-to-ceiling glass windows, which overlooked the plaza where Mr. Kirk was seated. People were in the walkway at the time of the shooting. Approximately 15 minutes into the event, Mr. Kirk was answering a question about mass shootings by transgender individuals when a gunshot rang out. The bullet struck Mr. Kirk in the neck. He slumped to the ground almost immediately. The bullet's trajectory passed closely to several other individuals beside Mr. Kirk, including the questioner who was standing directly in front of Mr. Kirk. Children were visible.
So he could have accidentally taken out somebody else if they had just shifted a little bit.
Absolutely.
If they shifted their weight at the wrong second,
It It would have been somebody else instead of him, perhaps.
Wow. That is messed up. Wow. I don't
I,
know if you want to keep going because this goes for a good 30 minutes.
no,
Um,
yeah, we'll leave it in the description below, but I'm
yeah,
sure everybody's familiar with
how
roughly
it played out from there.
correct. But we
Oh,
have the list of charges, but it just, I mean, it can be any age. I mean, I've seen young children, 9, 10, and 11 that have, you know, unalived their parents and whatever. So,
classmates,
yeah,
siblings.
classmates, siblings, whatever. So it's just hard to believe, though, that at 22, he has his whole life in front of him, and this is what he's going to focus on with such
It's
hatred.
that I gotta save the world complex.
Well, but was he doing
Delusions of
anything?
grandeur.
All right, but was he doing anything in an effort? Well, he did something that he thought would save the world. But
Mhm.
Chase, now get out of there. You're going to drag me. You know what? Uh, I apologize. Uh,
He loves you.
uh-huh. He, what was he doing in a positive, not a positive manner, anything in order to change it other than killing him? What was his Discord group doing? You know what I mean? Were they like, yeah, we're going to pick Tyler's the man for the job here? And just, I can't even imagine that conversation going on or how many people were involved in the Discord. Um, just really gives you room to pause of, you
How
know,
many of his friends are gonna spend time in jail for this?
I wonder,
None.
you know, uh, are they going to be found guilty by association? How was it planned out? I mean, I don't know. That, I
How
guess,
many knew how serious this was getting and didn't say
right,
anything?
right. Go get in your bed now, right now. One moment, please. In
Mhm.
your bed now.
Irby, I've been seeing quite a few things that are going around. There was a book that they claimed that someone actually went
Right.
through the time to go to the Wayback Machine, create a Amazon book web page,
Uh huh.
making it look like a book was published the day before this happened, just to go out of their way to confuse and muddy the waters and make everything so much harder to figure out.
Exactly.
And I don't want to jump the gun on a lot of things. I'm slower to the conspiracy theories than some people, even though these do need to be pointed out, but they also need to be debunked if possible or proven if possible.
Like for example, what benefit did that old guy would get for saying that he was the shooter?
Yeah, the guy
Exactly.
who was interfering. Like, why was that a thing? Who the hell does that?
Some sick son of a bitch.
Or were
I mean,
they all coordinated and
or
working
was it
as
a
some
coordinated
giant group?
effort? Yeah, will they find out that it was coordinated at all? And if it wasn't, this goes to show. I mean, like, I couldn't stand Joe Biden, right? But
Hmm.
I never like flipped out on anybody. I never jumped up and down and screamed at anybody. I never got in anybody's face, spit on a cop or anything. I mean, really?
Hmm.
This is the behavior of an older gentleman that should know better, that you would hope would be, and please, I hope he wasn't a professor. Please, Let's hope
Um,
it wasn't one of the college
should
professors.
I not tell you about the probably 20 professors across the United States who've been
Oh,
fired
I
already?
know. I know. I know. I've seen them. It's a sad situation, and it's sad to know that a they're teaching our young kids, and
Well, you
some
got
of them,
to remember some of this. Like Arby just did the math. This has
yeah,
been going on for 10 years. He was 12 when he
hmm
started hearing Trump was a Nazi.
hmm
Then he goes
No.
to college where he's got no immediate family constantly helping influence the right way. And look what it turned into.
right. Well, I said it before. I always, I didn't get to go back to college till I was older, and I
Hmm.
didn't graduate with my master's till I was 38. And when I was doing my master's program, I always felt like I was the odd man out. Always, I was always in trouble. I was always, you know, wait a minute, this isn't the way it's up. This isn't what I see. This isn't what I am experiencing. And everybody was like, D, you're wrong. You're wrong. And I ended up just shutting the hell up just to keep the grade and just
Yeah.
go through the class just to pass. And
Hmm.
when I look back on it, I will say that was where the indoctrination was really happening. Where when I look
Hmm.
back at the classes that I took, you know, and then is it any wonder why my youngest, when he gets to a state run university, right,
Hmm.
is being
And
taught,
private universities are worse than state run.
right, is being
Imagine private
taught,
school,
is being taught
how
these
bad that
things.
education is state.
Um, that is unbeknownst to parents. We're sending our children to public education thinking that, yeah, they come home, you're going to help them with their homework. Once they leave for college, yeah, you're going to let them go out on their own. But
Hmm.
we're entrusting our children to somebody greater than ourselves almost, in a way. And look at what has happened. We've relinquished our parental control over them, and look at what we have.
Hmm.
So now, if we're going to try to make it this course correction, right, we're going to have a younger generation that you say is going to be Jacob and JJ trying to take on, his uncle. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
telling him that you're the one that's wrong. And how is that going to work out? So I see this being a problem in the country for some time to
A
come.
few generations. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. And that's only if we make some type of course correction. This isn't talking about what is it, take a step forward and two steps back. You know what I mean? Are we going to play that game? Are we going to lose here at the midterms? Are we going to lose the 2028 election if
I
Republicans?
think because of this, it's going to go all to the Republicans for a while.
I don't know about that. I still don't feel confident in this. I really don't. I don't. I think that it will do some things for some people, but I'm still worried. I'm not going to lie. From what I read and what I see, I'm still not convinced
But
that
how many people are out there doing this just to get the rage bait clicks? And they don't actually mean it.
exactly. That's the other thing on both sides, the right and the left.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Let me say, and this includes uh, athletes,
Oh, hmm.
actors and actresses, anybody that we would hold, uh, political figures, television, the media, all of them, right? Are they
Hmm.
saying what they think we want us to hear? Are they saying things that perhaps you and I talked earlier today, saying, oh, well, how about somebody that perhaps is irrelevant or we haven't heard in the news lately, right?
Trying
And
to make a comeback.
exactly. And so they're going to go, well, I'm going to put out this provocative statement just so I can get
Mhm.
relevant and get my name back out there again. Or I'm just going to make some type of statement just so I can say, oh, well, I'm really with the right, but I'm really with the left, but I'm just saying I am so that I become a relevant household name again.
Yeah.
There, and I'm not going to lie, there some of these people that I have watched that
Mhm.
I hope and pray that their tears and their statements that they say are true. But
Genuine. Yep.
my bullshit meter, man, is been going on high alert, going, nope, don't believe ya. I'm sorry. There's some of them I just don't. It doesn't, when
Mhm.
you see the content that they have, can one incident change and maybe shape and formulate a different opinion, perhaps? Something hits home and is a wake up call for them, but not as many people. I don't know as I've been seeing, and there are some of them that I just go, nah, sorry, ain't buying it. Lie detector, bullshit
Mhm.
meter. I'll bet you $1 that's fake. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It just doesn't seem sincere.
Is people monopolizing or capitalizing on the situation?
Opportunistic.
Opportunistic. Very good word. Thank you, son.
Hmm.
They're taking advantage of getting the clickbait and stuff out there. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Again,
What do you got for us next?
um, the, this came from cannabis
Okay.
about Omar. If you don't mind reading, I'm gonna finish chewing my dinner.
Okay. Hold on one moment, please.
Do you need me to enlarge it?
Just a tad. I just had a drink in my hand. Okay, House resolution will be filed today to remove radical Democrat Representative Ilhan Omar from all committee assignments after she mocks Charlie Kirk's cold blooded murder. This is from the Gateway Pundit, September the 16th. Representative Nancy Mace, Republican from South Carolina, announced on X late Monday morning that a House resolution will be filed today to strip radical Democrat Representative Ilhan Omar, Democrat Minnesota, of all her committee assignments. This is due to Omar's vile, unhinged celebration of the assassination of conservative icon Charlie Kirk, the Turning Point USA founder, murdered in a brazen political hit last week. Omar, the Somalian born socialist who has long peddled anti Semitic tropes and defended terrorist sympathizers, gloated and grinned throughout an interview with a disgraced former corporate media hack following Charlie Kirk's assassination. During an interview with former MSNBC propagandist and Zedawin founder Madani Hassan, Omar mocked Kirk, saying he got precisely what he deserved for simply expressing politically incorrect views. She also accused others of lying for saying Kirk wanted civil discourse. And the following is their back and forth. Omar,
Mhm.
I do not know for sure is that Oh, I do know for sure is that Charlie was someone who once said, guns save lives after a school shooting. Charlie was someone who was willing to debate and downplay George Floyd's death at the hands of the Minneapolis police. Hassan, Kurt, called him, Floyd, a scumbag. Omar, right. He downplayed slavery and what black people have gone through in this country by saying Juneteenth should never exist. And I think there are a lot of people out there saying he just wanted to have a civil debate.
Hmm.
Hassan, he, uh, chuckling, a complete rewriting of history. Omar, right. There's nothing more effed up than to completely pretend his words and actions have not been recorded, giggling, and in an existence for the last decade or so. Mace wrote on Monday, "We're filing a resolution to strip Ilhan of her committee assignments after her disgraceful remarks on Charlie Kirk's assassination." Representative Mace did not hold back in her statement. Ilhan Omar has shown us exactly who she is. She defends political violence and refuses to condemn the loss of innocent lives when it doesn't suit her agenda, even the cold blooded assassination of Charlie Kirk. It's dangerous, disgraceful, and beneath the United States Congress. She must be stripped of every committee assignment. No excuses.
Okay. Oh, there's more. Okay.
Okay? Standing outside Omar's congressional office, Mace declared that the time for silence is over. Here I am standing outside the anti American Ilhan Omar's office. Tomorrow we will file a privilege motion to censure her and to strip her of her committee assignments. She is inciting violence against conservatives in the wake of Charlie Kirk's political assassination. She is dehumanizing conservatives all across the country, calling Charlie Kirk a terrorist. We have been villainized and dehumanized for too long. The Democrats set a standard for stripping people of their committee assignments. I'm not going to be silent on this because enough is enough. I'm tired of your performative BS that is putting lives in danger. You can take your Sharia loving, anti American self back to Somalia. You go, girl.
I can't say I blame her.
Uh huh. House Democrats gleefully stripped Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene and other conservative members of their committee assignments in past Congresses for far less. Now, when one of their own openly mocks the assassination of one of the most influential conservative activists in modern day American history, Democrats remain silent. The contrast could not be more stark. Conservatives are punished for their speech, while Omar is allowed to normalize and justify political violence so long as the victim is on the right. Now, I will tell you that if the Republicans do not vote for this, and this does not go
Hmm.
through, this says everything you need to know going forward about where we're headed.
Hmm.
If she's not stripped of it, if they do not vote for this, and the Republicans are not together in lockstep on this, this is going to tell you everything you need to know about where we're at.
I don't trust half of our politicians.
No, I don't trust them. The majority, I, you're given half
More
measure
than half, I
credit.
should say. Although maybe one or two.
Right. So this is just, I cannot believe that a congressperson would say anything of an assassination on either side of
Hmm.
it's just again where where is this chick's mind at?
What gets me is how they still keep trying to say the right is just as violent, but I don't see the news saying of some conservative going and shooting up the schools. You hear about a trans person. It was a person with mental illness that was a left leaning who took out Charlie Kirk. Oh, same kind of guy went after Trump. I mean, come on. It's all left leaning. Every time you hear it in the news, they try to quickly cover it up. But when the facts come out, it's always a left leaning person who's doing these crimes. But the right is so violent. Okay.
So I've heard different things about the Juneteenth uh,
Argument.
argument, and that is that if you question anybody on the other side, that the 4th of July and the month of July is for white people. I
No,
thought the 4th of July was for all Americans.
it is. For every American, no one is excluded. Everyone is welcome. Even if you're not an American citizen, you're welcome to join us.
Correct. So explain to me why again, or not me, but explain to the audience again why Juneteenth was necessary when we already have Martin Luther King celebration as well as Black History
It's
Month.
not. It's not necessary. It's not needed. We talk about it in every freaking school at every freaking level. Like, for the love of God, white people, there's a whole fuck ton of people whose white side ancestors were forced to come here as a punishment for breaking a law in Ireland and in the UK. They got shipped the hell over here, and they worked in the same fields as their ancestors. They got forcefully brought over here as well.
Or, yeah, mine did and had to work in the coal mines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh huh.
So, not much choice. Dragged over, told to get the hell to work. It wasn't just black people, but they don't like to talk about that side of history. So I've got two middle fingers for
So,
them.
and those were issues that, again, the interviewer fails to identify these topics with Ilhan and to have a discussion with her to get these ideas brought up or filtered through, or at least to have some dialogue. These were the types of questions that Charlie Kirk asked of
Here's
why,
a question for Ilhan Omar. Which of her ancestors were brought over on a slave ship? Oh, none of them.
right,
Because she was still born and raised in Somalia, not in America. So she don't got shit to say about slave history.
right,
Oh, except maybe her ancestors enslaved people, sold them to the Europeans to take over to America, and they got pretty mirrors and trinkets for it. That's a
right,
possibility.
right, or they were sold to another village and the villagers sold them to somebody else. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, right. That's never discussed.
It's funny how the real history that they don't want to say we're re-editing history. No, this is stuff that's been around long before you and your guys' movement. We're just resurfacing, bringing it back to the top, on top of your screaming ass, and saying, look right here,
Right.
in a book, on a piece of paper, written in ink.
Well,
You want to argue it.
you know, we were talking on Friday about not teaching the children cursive, and we have something we'll play
Yes.
later. Remember, we had that discussion.
Yes, we did.
I think I brought this up before, and this actually started. Now that I'm thinking about it, This happened in the. I don't know about you, Crazy Bee, but the boys then in the mid '80s when they started hitting kindergarten and that, we did not have. They did not get books. They had printouts, or actually, they were still called ditto sheets because they were off the mimeograph machine. Because they didn't couldn't afford copiers. But even as they got older, when I was in school, you had a book. So if you were on
I
chapter
had a
2,
textbook and a workbook
they had
in
me.
most of my
Nope,
classes for
nope,
all the way through school.
nope, nope, not here. Nope. They got away
Okay,
with. They started to get away with books and they came home with papers, and they would be stapled together, maybe 3 to 5 pages max. And
Yeah.
it would be say, maybe it was a story, and then, whatever vocabulary, and you had to write a paragraph or whatever it was. But it was so frustrating, for example, a math book. If you were on chapter 5 and you weren't getting the first concepts of 5, you knew you could go back to 4 and pick up 4 to see where you needed to go to 5.
Yeah.
But you never had that. You didn't have, once 4 was done and turned in and you were on 5, you didn't have your 4 papers either. They kept the
And
paper.
see, that's in Pennsylvania because in Michigan, they didn't get rid of the textbooks and workbooks till almost 2006, I think is when they started scrapping them.
Yeah,
But before that, we had a textbook, a workbook, and we used them. I would drag them home every day and back every day to every single class. I had to carry all the books and all the
notebook.
workbooks
Yeah,
that go with it. No, not the notebook.
yeah,
When we were working on French, we had a hardback book that was the lessons and a paper book where you did the questions and stuff for that lesson.
right.
And that paperback book, the workbook, was they purchased them every year for all the students that were going to be taking that class. And so we had the hardcover book, the soft cover book, and if we needed to take notes in a notebook. So we
Right.
would have a total of 3 books for every
Ah,
class.
right. That's what I had. And see, and I think that with uh, them eliminating books, now they're being force fed what is being taught.
Yes. And there's no way for them. And they're also being told not to go look it up anywhere else.
Exactly. Yep.
And then you take in the lack of cursive so they don't can't read what others have written. Well,
Uh,
I taught my kids to at least write their names in cursive.
right.
I would have loved to have taught them more. They showed no interest in it. I can't force them at this point because they're adults. And as teenagers, I was trying to work. I didn't have time to sit and fuss with them because I was working up to 12 hours a day, if not more, sometimes 6 days a week.
Right.
I'm dead. And I have no backup at the house except people just making matters worse
Right.
instead of helping. So, yeah, it's been a struggle as a parent in this day and age. And like I said, by the time my kids hit high school, books no longer existed. It was Chromebooks. Everything was in Chromebook. Everything was digital. And how do you got to go to the
And,
website to go
yeah,
to the lesson, and you still
exactly.
have access to the lesson before that. All the lessons are there, but you still, it's like, it's not
Me,
horrible if
you
you're
know,
computer savvy. For me, it was easy enough to help them if they had that situation. It just took me a minute to get used to Google Classroom.
right.
And I hate Google Classroom,
And
by
I
the way.
mean,
It's a
and
joke.
yeah, and Jacob has a tablet, and I'm not adverse to computers and all of that, but I also think that there is. Oh yeah, I still do
I
some
do
short.
shorthand.
Yeah, yeah.
My
I
kids
still
hate
know.
me.
Yeah, I still
Go
do
ahead.
shorthand. I still know some shorthand. That
Do
was a
you
good
know they've actually cut that out of the medical field now?
really.
Everything has to be spelled out exactly because so many people didn't want to want to be bothered to learn it, or it was too hard to read and it needs to be spelled out exactly. And by the way, if your doctor if for your pills, the script has to say quantity 30, and then the word 30, THIRTY. That is how scripts are supposed to be written out now.
Jeez.
Or you could just write the word 30. But most people do numbers and word.
Oh, because they don't want to take the 3 and the 0
There
potential.
was a time when your prescriptions were written in Roman numerals.
Yeah. Hold on one moment. I have to holler for Eric because it's now the dog time. Eric! Go. I told him go. Go see Daddy. Go. I told him. What do you want me to do? Go.
He's like, but I
Eric!
like you to take me.
I'm on live still. The dog needs to go out. Oh my God. Help me, somebody, please. Does anybody else have a dog that has. Go. That has to come and tell me to tell him to let him out.
Because you're the alpha of the pack.
But he can go by himself. He's a big dog. He's a big boy. He can go ask
He
Daddy.
doesn't care. You're the alpha. He has to have your permission.
All right, I guess that makes it better somehow.
It doesn't,
You know what?
but
If
it's
it isn't a baby, it's the dog. Honest to God,
oh
you
yeah.
can't
But I
make.
told you how to fix the
Yeah,
family on that
I
baby
know.
thing.
I know. Yeah, I have. You know what? If
I'm
you
evil. That's all
wait,
I gotta say is I'm evil.
wait. If you have it, we need some. I almost said
You need some
longevity. I almost said longevity.
laugh. You
I
need some
need that
comedy
too. But if
here for a
if you
minute.
need, yeah, if you need some comedy, so it's been a
Hold on.
rough week and a half. And hold on before you show, Crazy B. So,
I'm going to. Don't worry. I gotta
right,
pull it up.
so I was on the phone with somebody that I had to hang up with because my daughter-in-law was calling, which ended up being a 26-minute conversation where I got blamed for the way he's been sleeping at night. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. He slept 45 minutes yesterday, all told. And
Uh
today he
huh.
for 4 hours passed out on me, either in my lap, on my shoulder, every which way but Sunday. So by the time that they left, I had to call Crazy B, who I said I would call after lunch to figure out what we were going to do for the show. So, as I said to her, look, I'm upset. I had this conversation. They're placing blame on me for the baby. I'm pissed off at this point. She goes, you need to look in your DMs at what I just sent you. So
You
go
want me
ahead.
to show it now?
Yeah, go ahead if you have it. Yeah. Uh huh.
Let me enlarge this just a smidge so
Uh
everyone can see it better.
huh.
I told her to start feeding the baby this and then
Uh
send him home for the night.
huh. So I sent it to them, worded a little bit nicer, and they were like, haha, what does that even mean? And so I wrote back, well, all I need to do is get the monster uh, drink and throw a teaspoon in his bottle, and we're going to be good to go for tonight, right? And then I said, maybe a teaspoon won't be enough. Maybe I better do a tablespoon. And then I said, well, I really don't drink this stuff. Does it come in flavors? And she said, yeah. So I sent it over to them and I said, pick a flavor. I'll get it for you. And they're like, haha, we'd like to see you. And I'm like, pick a flavor and I'll add it to his formula or I'll put it in his breakfast, one or the other. So this is the latest. She literally got this what?
An
50.
hour before you
Yeah,
ended that phone call and
yeah,
called me.
yeah. That was so funny. But yeah, so now they
I was like, that's how you fix him. You mix
uh-huh,
some monster
uh-huh,
in with his stuff and then you send him home for the night.
uh-huh. And then we'll
They
see.
want to complain?
Uh-huh.
Watch it happen. And then he sleeps all day for you.
Yeah,
You're going to end up with a nocturnal baby, but he'll still have a sleep cycle.
it's okay. I'll be able to get shit done at my house then, right? Stuff that I want to do that has been sitting here for weeks since the end of May. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so now we have
Uh huh.
Monster Hard Baby Fuel
Yep.
Gerber
I like that idea.
in stages. So yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
Mess with Nene and see what happens.
Oh, this is a great idea.
I love.
I wouldn't suggest doing it, to be honest. A baby's health may not be able to handle monster energy, but it's a very good
No.
threat to the younger
Okay,
generation.
we'll start out with a eighth of a teaspoon and see where that goes.
No, that or just let him do a line about 5 minutes before the parents arrive. Well, they used to put it in Orajel, so I
Yeah,
mean, technically,
yeah, for real.
it's a medicinal purpose.
Right. Yep.
We're not seriously promoting
Yes.
this, okay?
Yes. This is
Just for
all
the
in
sake
fun.
of
This is
everyone
not
out there who has
medical
no sense of
advice.
humor.
This is not parental advice. This is not how to keep your child awake, asleep, up, down, or sideways.
This
Or
is just adults venting about having to deal with things
that
that they
they
are just
don't
burning
want to
out
deal
from.
with. Right. That on top of
Yes.
everything else. Yeah.
So don't take this seriously, please. This is
Right.
just us joking. And honestly, I will say there are adults who have problems from just a can of Monster. I could imagine what it would do to a baby. I
Right.
really don't suggest this at all. This is just sarcasm. I mean, hell, I got this from a meme page.
Right.
So, yeah, chill out. It's all right.
So you
But I
don't.
do love that green color. It looks
Yeah.
like slime.
It reminds me of getting ready for Halloween. Actually, what do you
Yeah,
know? Just give him some. Watch him turn into a monster. Yeah.
he'll turn into the Hulk. There we go.
Right. Right. I I don't know. It would be worth worth something. Yeah, we'll see. I can't wait to hear tomorrow what he does all night tonight. So, it didn't help that he left me and went and slept for an hour and a half and then went to bed at 8:30, but it's all my fault. Okay. I'll take the blame. Whatever.
No, just send this and then they'll
Yeah.
have a definite reason to blame you. Like we said,
Right. I sent it.
totally
Got it.
could use this.
Yep.
If they
They
want to sit there and blame you, watch what I do. I'll take it
oh,
up a level and then you'll really be glad of what I
right.
used to do.
And I told Crazy B what I was going to do was the next time I get an order or have Eric go shopping was to get a can of Monster and put it by the can of formula so that it's all sitting there on the counter so that they would see
They
it.
get to wonder, they
Uh,
can think, have
yep,
even crack it open. Even
yep,
if just crack it open and then
uh-huh.
put it in the fridge every few days when they start to be assholes, pull it out.
It
Let
started
them think it's
dumping
a
a
new
little
one
bit
or
out.
something.
Yep,
Yup. Get a couple cans, empty
yep,
them. You don't actually got to have the drink,
right,
and then just have them sitting there. Put something in them. It'll
right,
still smell from what was in the previous can or whatever, what
right,
was in
right.
it. Yeah, oh, totally have some fun with that.
Oh,
Crack it open. Let it have a spoon right next to it. Oh yeah, set that sucker up.
shit. I've been waiting for when he can take some Benadryl, so uh, I'll have Benadryl, Monster, all that ready to roll. He'll be up,
Well,
down,
upper and
front.
a downer at the
Yeah,
same time will put the baby into some kind of distress.
uh-huh.
I wouldn't do both at the same time. No
No,
energy drink and Benadryl.
no, I wouldn't do him at this. I know better than that. You're talking to the farm. I mean, I'm almost my own farm. I could carry my own pharmaceutical. Here, you have a drug you want me to sell to you? Here, I have it. And all the literature and what it does and how we can use it off label. You forget. I'm the walking pharmaceutical company over here. No, I would never do that. Every 4 hours I'd switch it up. That's all. Mm. Oh,
Oh,
it'd be ever
poor
so much
little
fun.
guy. I feel bad for the kid though because he's just a baby. He has no say in any of this.
Hmm.
It's the parents that got to be on the same page. So, yeah.
Well, we'll see if my suggestions. Yeah, they probably
If your
won't take
suggestions don't, you can totally scare the shit out of them with an empty can of Monster
one.
laying there with a
Yeah,
spoon and a bottle.
yeah. I'll even leave some in the spoon. There we
There
go.
you go. Put
Uh-huh.
a little residue on the
Yep.
spoon
Like you
and
had
really
it
cover your
right.
ass. Cover all the details and
I
don't say a
just wanted a
word.
taste of it. I wanted to try it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, fudge. All right. Shall we continue? Well, wait.
Well, Mama, it appears your baby's showing some early onsets of ADHD.
ADHD.
We'd like to do a few tests.
Is that where it started? Okay, that's where I messed up.
Oh, my face, it hurts so bad from laughing this entire time.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, oh,
We
okay.
all right.
Um,
You
we
suck.
have enough time to cover one more thing.
Okay.
Um,
So
uh,
for 18 items, right?
yeah, guess what? We've only covered one, two, three, four. Well, now a fifth, and one of them wasn't even planned. Well, two of them weren't planned because
Right.
we've spent most of the time talking about this stuff.
There we
But
go.
here's the next one. Um, Kayleigh
McEnany.
McEnany.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
McEnany.
chick.
Yeah.
I
It's
can't say
it's
it.
yeah, McEnany. Do you have a video that if you just
It
play
is
that?
okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
Charlie pointed up. He had this authentic, real love for Jesus Christ, and his conservative philosophy was an outgrowth of that. But he would go to these campuses. I would speak at his women's event, and he would speak to lonely people who were lost on social media, felt empty, felt depressed on college campuses, and he would give them hope in Jesus Christ. And the last thing I would say, Sean, is I know that I know that I know that I know this. Charlie Kirk did not die today. Yes, he left his body. But I guarantee you, when he took his last breath, the first words that he heard were Jesus Christ saying, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." I'm thinking of Erica. She's a beautiful, beautiful mom, a beautiful woman, beautiful writer. I'm thinking of his kids. But I know where Charlie Kirk is today, and he is very, very much alive. Charlie pointed
That
up. He had this authentic.
is as factual as I can put it, in my opinions.
Yes. She's the former. She was Trump's first
Press
president.
secretary.
Right.
Yep, I remember her. She was
Yeah.
on top of it and she gave them hell right back.
Yes, she did.
Oh, God. Wow. We have plenty to cover tomorrow.
Yes, we do. Um. So she is of has extreme Christian values, extremely conservative, and as she mentioned, she would speak at his women's events that he held. If you're interested, she did an interview with Sean Hannity that you could Google and go
Yep.
listen to the whole thing. But we'll have the post in the description below. Um, it's about 8:54. I think we did more carrying on and probably
Than
was
we normally have in the
it
last few weeks.
yeah, it's been necessary I think just to kind of unload all of this, and I can't guarantee what the rest of the week will look like and next week as far as, you know, I'm sure there's still going to be tears uh and crying and laughter and being pissed off and angry. That's that isn't going to go away, I don't think, at least for me, for a while yet. Uh, this was, I don't know how you prevent it. It also, I think, leads pause for how do how do political figures or anybody in general, even how does any content creator go out in public? And I'm thinking of people that I know that go out and speak or just show up in an event. You know, what about people doing that man on the street kind of thing? What's your opinion? Um, what about politicians? I mean, does everybody got to have a, you know, armed entourage now everywhere they go because we're worried about what's going to happen? And you don't want to go around living your life in fear either.
No. And this is again where half the problems are going to come in is that, we can't live in fear.
Oh,
I don't know. Everyone's going to have to figure out what works for them. And we should not shame anyone who decides to step out of the limelight over this kind of stuff. I think we just really need to do it that way.
right,
Be respectful of those who choose to not go public any further because, again, that is their personal choice, but also welcome those who do choose to step up in their place.
right,
I think that's our best bet.
right. And I'm looking at the comments. Yes, JJ, we did not forget about Sarah Sanders. She is now the governor of Arkansas, who I believe is doing a bang up job as far as getting that state into uh, financial security, and she's done some phenomenal work. If anybody isn't following her, I suggest that you do. She's doing some really incredible types of work. Arby, does Dee know about Destiny? You mean Destiny's Child? Is that who he's
No,
talking about? I know.
I could.
I
That douchebag.
I know. I'm just giving him a hard time. Yes, I know all about Destiny.
um,
Uh-huh. What else do we got? The online left icky.
yep.
Yeah, Arby, we know you're a pot stirrer. We saw that with the finger. JJ, I'm glad Crab
That's supposed to be Crazy Bee.
we had some great laughing during the show. She's so funny. Sanders was Trump's first press secretary.
I'd have to double check that. Was she?
Yes, she was. Wait, no, she was the second, wasn't she? She replaced McEnany, didn't she?
Or was it vice versa?
I don't know. Double check.
It was Sarah Sanders, you said?
Yeah, Sarah Sanders. Wasn't she the second one? She replaced McEnany, didn't she?
Hold on. Uh, they have Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Right. Was she first or second?
Actually, it's not saying she was. Oh, she was a White House secretary
She was the.
from 2017 to 2019. So I don't know at that point.
Okay.
Because evidently she did this for 2 years. Um, I don't.
Let's.
Hold on. There might be an easier way to do this. Let me do this. Okay. So in order, it was let's hold on. They got to do it backwards. First was Kayleigh
Oh
McEnany,
no, it was Sean
then
Spicer.
then Stephanie Grisham, then Sarah Huckabee, then Sean Spicer, and then Carolyn Levitt.
Hmm.
Those
Some of
are
them
the
were,
order.
yeah, some of them were assistants, and
Oh
then
wait, some of these are out of order. I take that back. Stephanie Gershom was from 2019 to 2020.
I think that she was Melania's press secretary.
Oh no, hold on. Sean Spicer was, it looks like 17 for a few months and for 6 months.
Right.
Then Sarah Sanders, then Stephanie Gershom, then Kayleigh McEnany for a year, and then it went into Carolyn Levitt. Sorry, I was reading these backwards.
Where the heck was Stephanie?
For all of a few months, for 9 months between 2019 and 2020, from July until April the next year.
Huh.
Yep. And then April 7th is when Kayleigh McEnany took over, and she was for 9 months. That's
But
a wild. He's had one,
but they
two,
also
three,
did.
4, 5.
But see, they also had them. They also listed them as some were assistants, and then yeah,
Well, the ones I read are the official ones,
yeah,
the officials. I haven't even read the assistants.
right.
But yes, he had a lot of turnover, like
Oh,
every
here's
few.
why. Here's why with Stephanie. She held no press briefings. That's why.
Oh, well, that explains it.
Yeah.
She didn't want to deal with the bullshit.
Uh-huh. She held no. So okay, hold on a second. So
So for 9
wait.
fucking months, we had no press briefings with the
Okay,
press
so
secretary.
hold on. So here's what I have. I have Sean Spicer was January of 17 to July of 17.
Yeah,
Okay. Sarah Huckabee, July of 17 to July of 19.
yep. I read it backwards on
Okay.
accident. I started at the
Okay.
bottom thinking that was the beginning. I read them in reverse order.
That's okay. I'm just looking to make sure. So Stephanie,
Yep,
who was the MIA person, was July 19 to April 2020. And then
yep,
Kayleigh was 20 to 21. I
yep.
apologize. We're corrected by the chat. I thought that Kayleigh was before Sarah. Hmm.
No, she was the last one of the first one, but she took very little crap from the press group. So,
Well, I think what's her name? Caroline takes less crap than Kayleigh did.
uh huh. Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on. Like I said, he definitely did not come in with a plan in 2024. Yeah, like it or not, he definitely came in. Oh, I read that backwards. Like it or not, he definitely came in with a plan this time. Yes,
Right.
absolutely. And now we know why my brain is shutting down. It's, oh, I need caffeine. I
I just
swear.
I need food and some cold
Some
medicine.
sleep.
Some sleep and
You
some
need some
cold
sleep.
medicine. Yep. Yep, cause we're gonna do it all again tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? Tomorrow will be easier, right?
We'll see. We'll see how that all goes.
uh, fingers crossed, right?
Uh-huh. All right, people. Well, we shall see you tomorrow from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, subscribe. We're getting
Etc., etc.
right. We're getting a lot of nice views, but we're not getting anybody to follow us or to subscribe, which is what we really need for the channel to take off. So if you have not done so, please
Oh,
do.
we're up to 60. Woohoo.
Yeah, we need
60 on Rumble.
uh-huh. We need 40 more to be legit on Rumble. So anybody that hasn't done so already, we would appreciate it. And for anybody out there trying to sell us any product, please don't even ask.
We're just going to ignore you. in the chats, in the comments,
I
you will get ignored.
I try to respond, but if
It's
you don't,
not worth it.
yeah, it's not happening.
It's an automated thing that goes out.
Right.
They don't actually. It is literally just a pre-typed, and it gets sent to random lives.
Hmm. Yeah, like
Yep.
your live is so good. Hmm. Okay, we believe you.
They obviously haven't watched us because they comment. The comment has nothing to do with what we actually covered.
Exactly. All right. Well, I'm done crazy. I'm gonna go get something to eat, something to drink, and call it a night.
All right, folks. Um, keep an eye out. I put up a little hidden picture. If you find it, you can drop an emoji or type the word in the comment section after the live. Just a little thing I do for the fun of it.
I just saw
You know,
AJ's comment.
yes, I know. I
I just saw
yeah,
it. I just glanced on and saw it.
yes, I find it funny and hilarious.
Yeah.
But I think with that, we'll just go straight to the stay safe, stay sane, stay sober. No, I'm not giving a password. And we'll catch y'all tomorrow.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.